Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 1999 cult classic film Galaxy Quest. This is directed by Dean Parisot. I have a list of casts down in front of me. I'm just going to go down at Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, Daryl Mitchell, Enrico Colantoni. I can never say his name. Jed Reese, Robin Sachs, S-A-C-H-S, Sachs, Robin Sachs, Patrick Breen, Missy Pyle, Justin Long, Rainn Wilson. Fun fact, Missy Pyle and Justin Long, this was their first cinematic film, first feature film, 1999, Galaxy Quest. Rainn Wilson had a much larger role in this originally, but then he left to film a pilot with Ryan Reynolds on ABC, CBS, something like that, NBC. Didn't pan out, but he did have, his character had a lot more parts to it. And Missy was given a lot more scenes because Sigourney Weaver was the only female in the cast. And everyone was like, we need more female. So they gave Missy a lot more scenes, hysterical that they are. So this is an incredible cast, playing incredible characters in a film that is a literal spoof of satire of Star Trek. This is about the cast of Galaxy Quest, which was a sitcom in this movie, in this lore. Galaxy Quest was a sitcom in the 80s. Did very well. They go to different conventions, Galaxy Quest conventions, and all the main actors, who play their characters, sign autographs, take pictures, do events, stuff like that. Reminiscent to Star Trek conventions or Comic-Cons, comic conventions. Now, Comic-Con was not as a massive conglomerate as it is now back in the day. In the 90s, when this was made, it was still viewed as geek lore. Like, you were an absolute nerd if you went to these things. But nerds, knowing other nerds, felt at home with nerds. But a jock you would never see the quarterback of a football team going to a Comic-Con or a Star Trek con, or any con for that matter, willingly back in the day. Now, second nature. Then, not shot in hell. So, this film has a lot of gratitude towards Hollywood, basically, moving forward. This is a 90-something% of Rotten Tomatoes. It is an absolutely perfect film. It's actually rated the 7th best Star Trek film. However many Star Trek films there are, it was rated the 7th best Star Trek film at a Star Trek convention. And this is not technically a Star Trek movie, but it is satire of Star Trek. So, this film had a different name. It was very dark. But then whoever produced it, Paramount, I think, wanted to slate it for a December 25th, 1999 release. So they made it kid-friendly, bumped it down to PG, and it didn't do quite well in the theaters. But it has surpassed the test of time. My family literally went to go see a documentary on Galaxy Quest last year in the movie theaters, which is so foreign to me to think I was at a movie theater, watching a documentary on Galaxy Quest, pre-COVID for that matter. This is, you could tell this was an adult movie because Sigourney Weaver is literally mouthing, "Well, fuck that," but in the movie, you hear a dub saying, "Well, screw that," and then other points, there's shit, and then it's changed to darn and little words here and there, but there's so many goofs in this movie. Sigourney Weaver says a line where they're suffocating, but her mouth stopped moving, but it's still her voice, so it's a double take. And then other things if this spaceship is leaving the starport, how is the nose hitting the wall? But all of a sudden the wing pops out of nowhere. Little things. Timing things. I give Justin Long so much credit for playing the role of Brandon because Tim Allen decks him in that parking garage and Justin falls on his ass. This was the 90s. There were no rules in the 90s. So, my family is obsessed with this film. I don't own a Galaxy Quest shirt, to be completely honest. I give my father a lot of Galaxy Quest merch for Father's Day, birthdays. Every Father's Day and birthday, so every June and every November, we watch Galaxy Quest. This is what he wants to do. This is what we've done since the 90s. It's not since the 90s, since the 2000s. It's the thing we do. It's the thing we love. This past Father's Day, due to COVID, obviously we had to think of something fun. So I got a projector. We projected it out on the back of the house. Beautiful. His birthday was, November 5th. So we watched it on TV downstairs. We had got a new sound bar, but it made it sound like surround sound, which was incredible. So it was like watching it brand new. And you hear like little things in the back that you don't really notice before. Alan Rickman, though, playing, Dr. Lazarus and never removing his frills as makeup, absolutely perfect. But I'm going to be rambling as I talk about this. This film holds a lot of near and dear meaning to my heart. The Protector 2, the ship, the NTE Protector literally stands for Not the Enterprise. Just so much Star Trek. A lot of the scenes were straight from like Star Trek shows or movies or like character designs, and like Saris played by Patrick Breen, incredible character design, incredible. He has like a metal eye patch because like one of the villains in a Star Trek movie, I want to say like Star Trek 5, had a metal eye patch. Things like that. Like Tim Allen, very reminiscent to William Shatner as the captain. Like, it's just fun. Like, Captain Uhura, obviously, in Star Trek is vastly different than Sigourney Weaver's character of Tawny Madison, but it's fun. This film is, these actors are no longer acting, basically, and they're still thriving on the success of Galaxy Quest in reruns and in cons. So, an alien race of Thermians comes about, takes Tim Allen's, character, and takes him to their version of the not the Enterprise, NTE, right, ship, because they have an issue with this character Saris, who's like this giant lizard guy. He's awesome hair, awesome design. I really want to see that, that costume wherever the hell it is. And like Tim Allen thinks it's all fake, but it's not. And like he winds up shooting all these missiles, but they're real missiles. So like Saris wants revenge. So the Thermians come back to Earth to try to get, Tim Allen's character to come back. And his character's name is Jason. He plays this guy Jason, who plays a character who is a captain on Galaxy Quest. Okay. But the Thermians have watched the show and think that they're historical documents. They call them historical documents. They don't know the difference between acting and real life. So they base their entire civilization off of Galaxy Quest, which is incredible tech-wise, but also incredible for the Galaxy Quest cast and crew to see, because how could they have done all of this? This is just this silly TV show that we did, but it's massive, it's big. So there's battles going on and rock monster fights and loves of aliens and human races alike, and Guy finally gets a last name at the end. His name is Fleegman, and it's so quotable and it's so perfect, and you just scream, do I, and only people who know Galaxy Quest will know these certain things, and me, my brother, our mom, our dad, we just love sitting down and watching this together twice a year. It's just such a fun moment, and I think that's what's amazing about this film. It has withstood the test of time. It is a cult classic film. Dean Parisot just directed Bill and Ted 3, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and Kevin Smith was hosting a virtual Comic-Con with the cast and crew of Bill and Ted 3, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and the first thing he came out of Kevin Smith's mouth was praising Dean Parisot for Galaxy Quest, and everyone on the screen was nodding in agreement and doing one of those, and it's withstood the test of time. Harold Ramis was actually supposed to direct this, fun fact, and when they cast Tim Allen, Harold said, not a shot in hell, this movie's going to do terrible, and he backed out, and when he actually saw the movie, he actually said, wow, Tim did a good job. Now, that was the other thing. It was a big risk hiring Tim Allen to play this character of Jason Nesmith, to play this particular character, because he was a comic. He was doing comedic roles. He was on Home Improvement. He was doing all this fun stand-up stuff. He wasn't like an action star. So this was a big break for Tim Allen then. But also, you got to realize he did what? Disney's Santa Claus, like a couple of years before that. So like he was starting to do some stuff with Disney, and then he was doing stuff with Paramount. So like this was a big risk to put Tim Allen as your main focus when they had like Mel Gibson was pitched as like doing it, a bunch of other people, big names in the late 90s were pitched, to be this character. But it didn't really turn out. Now, I would love... Now, there was supposed to be a sequel, but Alan Rickman, may he rest in peace, had passed away, so that was scrapped. A TV series was announced. I don't know what the hell happened with that. It was supposed to be on Amazon. I'm assuming it was scrapped, but nothing's ever happened about that. I would love to see prequels, because I want to see, like, the Thermians prior to their planet being destroyed. I want to see Saris's people, on their planet, doing their wars and bad guy stuff. I want to see the war where that minefield was left, of the clouds of, what is it, 12/31/5 or something like that. That would be really entertaining to see. I love this movie. I don't know anybody who hates this movie, and this movie doesn't get enough credit. There's no toys, there's no action figures, there's nothing. Nothing. I need things. Yeah, there's shirts here and there, and like there's comics now, thankfully, and there's an NTE protector like model that you can buy online, but like I need action. I need a Saris action. I need an 8-inch Saris action figure. Oh, that'd be awesome. He'd be so cool. Who the hell made the character design? I don't remember. Was it Stan Winston? Was it Stan Winston's studio? I think it was Stan Winston. Definitely wasn't the Jim Henson Company. I feel like it was a Stan Winston company. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was Stan Winston. I'd have to look that up. Yeah, Galaxy Quest 1999. Go watch it if you have not seen it. You don't have to be a Star Trek fan to watch this. You don't have to be an anything fan. This is a multi-genre movie that is just so perfect. An hour and 42 minutes long. You will not be disappointed. Go watch it now. Excuse me. Never give up. Never surrender. Mucho mahalo.